Did he get in? Lynch sets back.
Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down.
20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house. Touchdown. Kickoff return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and that's first down. Did he get it? He did. Shot here. Over the head again. With Murphy O'Brien taking a hold. Stands right up. Savannah scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net cord. Goes across. Going out and saved it. Gotta go back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorrea with a center touchdown. Big beat by Tara right into the center. Headed down. Top score. Right. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and is
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
Right as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo is set down with the cross. There it is. Big boot by Leahy. Inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Lynch sets back.
Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down.
20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a
A pleasant good evening and welcome to Lennon Field on the campus of Providence College. It is another edition of Women's College Lacrosse here on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by ViewStub. The Providence College Friars take on the WPI Engineers in the next to last game of the regular season. Friars will be in action on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time against Tufts, and that will close the regular season for the Friars. Dropped a hard one last night to University of New Hampshire in the pouring rain. Luckily, the rain that was coming down earlier has subsided and given way to a little bit of sun, but some cloudy skies. Matt Gillis alongside Jack Ogilvy. Jack, you saw these Friars last weekend. You know how good of a team they can be. How do they bounce back from a hard loss last night against New Hampshire?
Well, based on what I saw last week, this team won very convincingly. I believe it was 18-0.
18-0 against Merrimack, yeah.
Yeah, so this team is definitely talented, hopefully resilient, and today they just got to forget about last night and play their game.
Luckily, we do not have the heavy wind that we were dealing with last night, and we'll see if ball control can be a little bit of a better fault line for the Friars, as they will go in the all-black today. Black kilts and the black jerseys with the silver numbers and white trim. WPI in the all-red with the gray trim and white letters and numbers. We'll go the typical setup, 15-minute running clock, except for the last two of the second and fourth quarters. As the Friars in their huddle getting the set, Haley Duarte will get the start in net tonight. We'll see if we see Rachel Ianazo in the second half, as we have through most of the games this season. On the flip side, for WPI, it will be Allie Gannon in net. We can decipher that by the fact that despite she does not have her number 40 jersey on like she usually does, Gannon is the only goalkeeper listed on the roster. Easy pickings in that situation. Shannon McGuire to the dot for the Friars. Jordan Wynn for WPI. McGuire against Wynn. We're off and underway. And McGuire, quick run. That one is sent down to the turf right away, and Caitlin McDonough with a chance there. She's fouled on the play, and McDonough is going to be able to get a start. Quick first shot opportunity for McDonough. Shot inside, hit the post and came out. McDonough wants to call that it was a goal. Did it hit the inside? It did. McDonough's going to get the goal. So they're going to say it hit the net inside right on the trim line and came back out. And so McDonough has the goal, and it's 1-0 Friars.
It's an interesting way to start the game, but the goal's a goal.
Talk about trimming the edge of the net right on that beaded line. And lacrosse nets have that kind of interesting sweep to them up at the top where you hit that very top corner, and it'll look like it went in and out. McGuire is going to get stick checked coming down, so she'll start that one out with Sydney Scott. Scott sends that around for D'Alessio. D'Alessio inside, dropped ball, hard check as Ranzisi was falling down, and WPI came up with the ball. Clear out from the keeper, Gannon, and this one's moved along by the 18 of Caitlin Swartz. Swartz gets that one forward. for Paige Littlehill. Littlehill, good run here to the baseline. And she'll take that one all the way around the backside. So Littlehill sets up from the X position. Takes it herself, wrap around, dumps down a shot that will kick off of Duarte. And towards the back wall, WPI will get the possession. Carrie Bushway. Looping pass came all the way around, bounced back through for Garrity. Olivia Garrity on the backside line defensively for WPI. As they're going to send this one back through the center. That's going to bounce and be picked up by the Friars. Good carry here by McDonough. Got it across for Ranzisi. Settling with Ryan Delane. As Delane brings that one all the way back. D'Alessio. Looking for Scott. Bounces off of Scott's stick. Picked up. Quickly moved down the outside line. Brenna Parker. Actually, it's the 33 of Jesse Hart. Whistling a stoppage of play as the ball rolls all the way to the wall. And an insert from WPI. Through the center once again is Swartz. Swartz runs in to multiple players, most specifically the 13 of Jackie Carden, and Swartz actually guilty of the foul there on Carden. So Carden gets the restart. Cross for Mary Walsh. Cassidy Molinari. I'll cycle this one back. Carden comes across for Bryn Riley. Good pass, bounced right off the top of the head of the stick of Ranzisi, and so WPI will get the ball. 5 minutes gone by here in the first. And one on the board already for the Friars early on. It came from Caitlin McDonough. And Bremer. Sorry, my apologies. It's the 11 in red, which is Abby Stack. Looking at the wrong roster sheet for a second. Spinning one, hitting the corner of the post was Jordan Wynn. And all the way to the outside. Position given to Littlehill and the Engineers. And she scoops it out of the field hockey nets. After the rainstorm last night, good job by the field crew to repaint the lines. Towards the end of the fourth quarter of last night's game, you could barely see the red lines on the field signifying the lacrosse lineups. Another whistle and a stoppage of play. McDonough called for an infraction. Stack cycles that one up top. Trying to look for an inside line. That was the 23 of Brenna Parker. And Duarte's going to come up with it. Out from McDonough on the outside. McDonough goes right through the center. McDonough bodied by 4 red jerseys and a foul called on the 32 of Jordan Wynn. An obstruction called there for Ranzisi. Delane carries this one up through the middle. Ryan Delane works to the outside now, tries to cut back across. Chloe Cavallo in the corner. Ranzisi cuts across. D'Alessio tried to pull it down. Cavallo is going to scoop this one back up. She'll back out for a second to McDonough up top. Turning inside for D'Alessio. Can't get it. And it's flicked away by WPI for McGuire to pull it down. Shannon McGuire backs out of that one for McDonough. McDonough settles, dumps off to Scop. McGuire right through the center there. Couldn't get the quick pass from Scop as she was trying to go by. Loose ball. Bounces off of the knee of McDonough. She has to sweep it right before the line and is enough for it to get picked up by Ranzisi. McDonough inside trying to go across. And Scop will chase that one to the wall. Providence will get positional advantage. D'Alessio, Scop, with 6.5 to go. Delane. Cavallo, score! Chloe Cavallo puts the second of the game on the board. Friars out to a 2-0 lead with 6 left to go. Good wraparound there from Cavallo.
This Friars team seems to love feeding people cutting towards the crease. And WPI has done a good job of locking that up, but they're able to squeeze one in there.
So McGuire goes back to the dot at center. Toe-to-toe against the 5 of Aileen Petty. Comes back up, deflected off of Delane. Loose ball, still McGuire picks that one back up, and the Friars are off to the races again. McGuire inside Scop. Sydney Scop and a shot that gets kicked away. First save there from Allie Gannon. D'Alessio. Cavallo inside trying to spin one, whacking at one. Was Ranzisi, and was she fouled on the play? She was. So Maya Ranzisi will go to the position. And a one-on-one opportunity against Gannon. Ranzisi on Gannon. Shot, score, Maya Ranzisi. And a better start tonight for the Friars than last night. 3 goals through the first 11 of this first quarter. They were trailing 5-0 at a point in the game last night before they finally were able to get a couple on the board. And McGuire again at the dot for the Friars. There's McGuire against the 16 of Gray Ram. Ella LaFortune wraps around. LaFortune shot, no goal as the whistle sounded. No, they're going to say yes. Goal counts. To my ears, I thought the whistle came before the shot even. Jackie Carden having a conversation with the referee about it. And I think that one's also going to get talking from the Providence coach.
Yeah, this whole Providence team seems to be pretty confused right now.
Well, it's going to be standing as a goal anyway, and it's going to be 3-1 now for the Friars. They're going to count that one. And 16 against 16 there, and coming to the better it was Rom and the red, but now the other way is Lizzie Casey. Scop trying to shoot, and she was hit. Going down is Sydney Scop on the shot. No card coming out of the referee's pocket, but Scop's going to get a free possession shot opportunity here from the center as well. Direct shot opportunity for Scop. Downstairs, Sydney Scop goal. Saw the hole between the tender's legs and hit the deck with it. As Scott picks up her first of the night, and it's 4-1 and back to a 3-goal lead for the Friars. And they inadvertently stopped the clock. So we'll wait for their clock to reach ours. And 1:16 left to go here in the first. 4-1 to the Friars, 5-2 in the shots on goal department. I see Casey back of the dot again against Gray Rom. Rom's going to win this one. Rom got stick checked from either Casey or Ciampi as she was trying to clear that one off, and it's going to go back to her. Short little pass evades the stick of Masari. Cavallo picked that one up. Carolyn Breslin. Jill D'Alessio. D'Alessio had it taken right away from her. Ciampi and Walsh both racing for it. Walsh will get there well in front of the WPI player. It's the number 1 of Natalie Moan, and Walsh will get the restart. And that will hit the zeros on the scoreboard and end the first quarter of play. Well, through 1, it's Friars 4, WPI Engineers 1. You're watching Women's College Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house. Touchdown. Pickoff return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and
Did he get it? He did.
shot here. Over the head again.
With Murphy O'Brien taking the hold. Down right up. Savannah scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal.
Off right at the net cord.
Goes across.
Lewandowski saved it. Hit
Gotta go back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorrea with a center touchdown. Good beat by Taro right into the center. Headed down. Score! Leahy to the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and is
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo sent that one down across. There it is. Big beat by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and more. He's hit.
As we welcome you back and get set for second quarter action here on Fans Only Sports Network. Friars picked up 4 in the first, 1 for WPI, and they lead 4-1 after 1. Better start for the Friars. They trailed 3-0 at this point last night. Eventually 5-0 at one point through the first part of the second quarter before they finally were able to get on the board. And then New Hampshire still ran away with it at the end of the night. Face out there from Lizzie Casey. She's able to get that one up in the air. Ball still loose. Finally is picked up by the 2 of Sydney Fedankevez. Fedankevez will run that one hard down the outside line. Holds up for a second. Has Sydney Scop as the short. Goes to D'Alessio instead. Underneath for Cavallo at the X. Cavallo looked to wrap around. Scop was cutting inside. D'Alessio. Scop hit from behind, no call by the referee. D'Alessio scoops that one back up. On the outside, lost possession there as it went off of Lizzie Casey. So WPI gets the restart. Running right through the center for WPI is Little Hill. As Little Hill worked there alongside Abby Stack. Stack with the good run through the center, released Little Hill to the outside line. Ball bounced free for PC to pick it back up. Sydney Scop in open space. Scop has one player to work with and instead runs out of real estate, holds up. She had Carolyn Breslin with her. So she'll set from the X now. Give to D'Alessio. Cavallo. Back underneath again. Scop holds. Well, fake there. Cavallo on the pickup, and she was trying to spin before she had full control of the ball. That's scooped up and carried the other way for WPI. That was the 25 of Liz Dahlberg. Loose ball for PC. Back for Scop. Scop settles underneath. Scop on the wraparound. Little wide of the shot there. Good effort by Sydney Scop. Still PC ball. Almost 3 gone by here in this second quarter. Scop and D'Alessio on the backside. D'Alessio hard bother there from Wynn. Able to get the ball all the way back up top. Fedankevez. Scop sent that one right in to the net of Allie Gannon. And then Skop is going to intercept that one as the defensive pass was trying to come back. Friars ball once again from whence we came is Sydney Skop. Right back to where she sent this one errantly. Skop looking for the wraparound. Can't get it, has to back out. Good defense there from Livia Hernan. Comes back up top for Pedankavez. Pedankavez, shoulder down. That one went up high. And Skop and D'Alessio both right back there. Off balance shot from Pedankavez. Skop dumps that one to Cavallo. Shot, score. Chloe Cavallo, her second of the night. Four and a half gone by here in the second quarter. And the Friars put another one onto the board. A 4-goal lead now at 5-1, and Cavallo's got her second.
The longer PC can possess the ball and look for the right shots, the larger their lead will grow as the game goes on.
Now, we saw that earlier in this season in the games against Vermont and Holy Cross, where they essentially ran off almost half of a quarter on possession, and they were able to get positive play. It set Vermont back hard in the second half of that game. And what was a close game at the beginning in the game against Vermont just got away all of a sudden. Here's a quick run all the way down from Ciampi. And that one goes up high. Restart with Pedankavez. Lizzie Casey out there. In the center for D'Alessio, around 5-6 red jerseys. D'Alessio's got to sweep it if she can. And it's finally going to get picked up by Cavallo. Sydney Skop. Holding. Back up top. Inside and a rifle shot from Lizzie Casey.
I think that's the first goal of the day we've seen in the top corner, not a bounce shot.
6-pack of goals for the Friars on a laser beam from Lizzie Casey. And 5-goal lead now. As we approach halfway gone by in this second quarter. And Friars an opportunity on the draw here. Casey, who just scored the goal at the dot. Good ball up. Pedankavez was able to deflect it. Casey's going to pick it up, and the Friars are on the work again. Lizzie Casey needs a little bit of help. Cassidy Molinari came in there. That one's going to bounce free. And just on a run for it is Vanessa Pierney. Pierney scoops it up. No whistle from the referees. And so she had two WPI players right on her against the wall. Pierney gets it free from Mary Walsh. Walsh will run this one all the way down the field. Walsh is going to have to dump off and then get back. Walsh looking for the pass, gets it to Skop, and will come back behind the retaining line. Scooted down for D'Alessio again. Possession play here for the Friars. Pedankavez. Inside, Cavallo spinning, dropping to the turf and unable to get that one to go through. Gannon swept it away. And now it's going to be picked up by WPI. An offensive opportunity for them with Ann Davis. Long pass to the midline for Petty. Petty's going to dump that back for Davis. Davis trying to get for Mon. Natalie Mon. Shot opportunity, score. So Natalie Mon nets one in at 6-2.
We've seen Providence use this aggressive, in-your-face ride to stop the clear, but the one way to stop that is to just run the ball. That's what WPI did, and it led to an open goal.
Yeah, that whole entire possession was just two players. It was Aileen Petty to Natalie Mon, back to Petty, and then back to Mon.
Yeah.
And then Mon takes it inside and scores the goal. Casey back on the dot. Greg Rom. Casey, good draw there, right for Fedankovets. Good control special. Underneath for Scott. Scott trying to get a little trick shot wraparound there. Couldn't get the full bounce. Good pickup by Breslin. Back for Scott. Scott holds it from the X. On the outside corner now. Upstairs for Ciampi. Ciampi over top. That one hit. And rolled off the shoulder of Allie Gannon. And they're going to say Ciampi was on the line. I think Ciampi stepped into the crease when she shot that. Loose ball. DeLacio right there. So too is the 6 in black and silver for Vanessa Pierney. Jenna Bashika is going to get the start. And Bashika takes that one forward. Caitlin McDonough trying to dispossess Bashika there. And then the errant pass can be scooped up by Ryan Delane. Delane in the backfield. Forward for Breslin. And a loose ball. Annie Davis. 3:40 left to go here in the half. 4-goal lead for the Friars at 6-2. A clear domination in the shots on goal department by the Friars at 12-3. Petty. Mary Walsh boxing Petty all the way back out past the line of the fan. Molinari now on Petty. Tries to take it back down underneath. And then that one was deflected and then comes from the other way. And Duarte, 2 strong saves there. Wraparound attempt. And right up in the center and getting sandwiched was Ella LaFortune. LaFortune against Haley Duarte. Score, and Ella LaFortune. Or Ella LaFortune. I'm thinking of the rugby player. Oh, it's back to a 3-goal differential at 3-0. 3-1 basically for WPI.
Yeah.
They've outscored the Friars now. Friars have a little bit of work to do here. Otherwise, the Engineers are climbing back into this game. McGuire, good pickup there. Gets that one across for McDonough. The final minute 20 to go here in the quarter. McDonough. Delane underneath. Ryan Delane cycles that one around. Good cut for DeLassio. Delane got stick checked to the head. And they're going to call timeout. Are we going to get a card? We're going to get a card on number 15. Abby Cohen. And so it's going to send Friars on the advantage, but they're going to have Ryan Delane in a one-on-one against Allie Gannon. Releasable penalty here. Delane scores, which she does. Ryan Delane gets the goal. That'll negate the remainder of the penalty. And with 1:01 left to go, it's 7-3.
Feels like every time WPI builds some momentum, Providence answers right away with a goal.
Didn't even really need the advantage. They would have had the power play had Delane missed that. But that is the rule in lacrosse. You get that free position start, and Delane was able to find the bottom corner. Last minute to go here in the second as Delane picks that one up on the bounce. Friars could carry this one out. There's no shot clock in women's lacrosse. McDonough rolls to the side. Still looking for an opportunity inside. Dump that one off for Cavallo. Shot, score! Chloe Cavallo, and she's got a hat trick. Eighth of the game for the Friars. Third of the night for Cavallo.
3 goals in 1 half is pretty impressive.
We'll see how many Cavallo will end up with by the end of the evening.
Yeah.
McGuire. Providence going to pick this one up. No, it's going to get picked up by WPI. And then McGuire stick checks, and McDonough comes free with it. Now it gets swept back the other way. One last chance for the Engineers to try to put something on the board right before the half. They're going to get held out. They're boxed out. There's nowhere for them to go. Horn's going to sound. That's going to be the half. And we will get to halftime. The Friars a 5-goal lead, 8-3 after 2. You're watching Women's College Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house. Wow. Off return. Brock Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. He's tipped and that's first. Did he get it? He did. Shot here. Over the head.
With Murphy O'Brien taking the hold. That's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal.
Off right at the net cord. Goes across. Goes out and Steve it.
Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorrea with a center touchdown.
Big beat by Taro right into the center.
Headed down, top score. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and a
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo set that one back across. There it is. Big boot by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Oceani's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Sets back.
Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down.
20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And boards back out in front. A shot and a score. Into the zone. They're right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot.
Coming out is White. The Falcons nil. Another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house.
Wow. Kickoff return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and caught. That's first one. Did he get it?
Shot here. Over the head.
With Murphy O'Brien taking the hold. That's right up. Somebody scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal.
Off right at the net cord.
Goes across. Goes out and Steve it. Trying to come back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through. Inside the 20. Zorrea with a center touchdown. Big boot by Taro right into the center. Headed down, top score.
Leahy.
To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and a
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo set that one back across. There it is. Big boot by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Oceani's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and goal. He's in.
Back for third quarter action here on Fans Only Sports Network and the Providence College Friars. An 8-3 lead over WPI. 14-6 in the shots on goal department. Matt Gillis alongside Jack Ogilvy. Friars in the black jerseys with the gray and white trim. And right away, was Ryan Deline with a shot on goal, and that one's kicked away by Allie Gannon. Rachel Iannazzo in net for the Friars as they continue the platoon of the two keepers. Was Dahlberg here in the red and white for WPI. Dahlberg shot kicked away by Iannazzo. Little Hill. Back to the top. She'll cycle that one all the way across. Errant pass goes over the outstretched arm of Olivia Garrity. McDonough picked that one up. Scooped off the turf by Cavallo. Chloe Cavallo, hat trick of goals in the first half for the Friars. Carolyn Breslin down in the corner. McGuire. Nowhere to go for Shannon McGuire as a spin back the other way. McGuire shot. Saved by Gannon. Tried to clear it out, and that one's going to bounce. Can be scooped up here by the Friars on the back side if she can get to it. Finally, little trap at the line, and then falling away was Maureen Campbell. This is a hard surface to be able to scoop on. You can't really dig the way that you do normally in lacrosse, playing on this carpet surface that also has a little bit of bounce to it, normally the field hockey turf. The Chappie Field surface, which is the main soccer and lacrosse stadium down the hill from us, a sprint turf surface. Hendricken Field up the hill from us, not lined for lacrosse. That is also a sprint turf surface. That's synthetic grass, as some people call it. But they play here on the carpet surface, the AstroTurf surface, on Lennon Field. Inside, and Brianna Parker obstructed there by the Friars defense. Parker shot wide of Iannazzo. Bounced all the way off of the backside wall, and it will be scooped up and carried by Carrie Bushway. So Bushway starts it for the Engineers. Little Hill. She tries to drive inside, dispossessed of the ball. Ryan Deline comes up with it. Four gone by shortly here in this third quarter. McDonough bumped from behind. McDonough continues to the outside line. Cavallo. McGuire. Ryan Deline. And the Friars are going to slow this game way down with a 5-goal lead. They're going to try to eat as much time as they can off the clock and look for that single shooting line off the edge of McDonough's stick. Fight for it. Gracie Cleaver in the mix there. McDonough comes back up with the ball. McDonough inside, backs out of that one. Sent one across for Cavallo. It was hacked at by a WPI player. May have been the 27 of Olivia Hernan. For McGuire. McGuire went for the corner, and that one rolled off of the edge. Hit the outside of the post and right down out. McGuire's going to get credit for the shot. We'll get possession point, and Cavallo will start this one back for the Friars from the X position. Chloe Cavallo, Jill DeLessio. Out for Breslin. Ryan Delane will work that one across the top line as she switches spots with McDonough. Delane. McDonough underneath. McDonough wraps around and immediately met by 5 red jerseys. Ball is still loose. McDonough gets into the fight for it there. Tries to scoop that one back up. McGuire scoops it up right in front of a red jersey of the 18 of Caitlin Swartz. McGuire shot. Hit Gannon in the chest and came right back out. 8.5 left to go here in the third. Friars in action one more time. They'll play Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. against Tufts University right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Go to www.fansonlysports, that's fansonlysportz.com, and get your college all-access pass. Under the new subscription setup, $15 a month, and you get to see all of the college action broadcast by Fans Only Sports Network, or you can also subscribe to the high school access pass and be able to watch high school games as well, or both. Whatever your heart's desire, Fans Only Sports Network is your home for live sports coverage in the New England region and the home of Providence College Club sports. Women's lacrosse may only have one more game left to be played, but still a couple of baseball games. Men's lacrosse with the remaining home game on the schedule. Softball, a remaining home game on the schedule. Still plenty of Friars action to come in the next month. Before we bid farewell to their 21-22 athletic year. Hard shot for WPI. Did it sneak through? They're going to say no. Pinned it on the frame of the net. That was Aileen Petty. And Rachel Iannazzo had that one pinned right against the post. Jack, you probably had a better angle than I did on that one.
Yeah, that was crazy awareness by the goalkeeper. To be able to keep track of the ball even when it's already halfway into the net.
Just about every single Engineers player on the field thought it was a goal. They had their sticks up. They were celebrating. They were looking at the referee, and the referee said, nope. She got it. McDonough. 5:55 left to go here in the third. Delane cycles back. Ryan Delane shot and a save by Allie Gannon. And then Delane charges in as Gannon lost the ball for a second. And she'll scoop that one back up. Cassidy Molinari. 17 versus 17. Molinari wins that one. Paige Littlehill is the 17 in red. Loose ball. McDonough was hit. And McDonough has 2 sticks right in her face right away. And a bit of a mismatch there. Jackie Carden switches that one for Megan Bremer. Mary Walsh. Walsh on a run. Switches back off of Cavallo. Walsh will dump that, come back across the retention line as Breslin will work in. Providence aware of players in position after last night when the referee called an infraction on New Hampshire for too many players across the line. And you saw Walsh trot back right across immediately as soon as she dumped that. Long distance pass here. Caught and carried forward by Doyle. Jillian Doyle on a run into the corner holds control of it as she rolls around the backside of Iannazzo in the cage and takes spot at the X position. Doyle errant pass there. Wide of Ella LaFortune. LaFortune did not get to it first. Providence ball. Molinari, a little bit of a mishandle there. Still bouncing free on this rubbery turf surface. Will finally be scooped up and carried forward for the Friars, and it's the 25 of Olivia Carroll. Ranzisi. Maya Ranzisi has one of the 8 goals for the Friars this evening. McDonough wraps her on the backside. McDonough trying to go for a full wraparound. That one was sticked away by Gannon and then by a member of the WPI defense. Gannon will get that for Abby Stack. Mishandle there. Cavallo score. Abby Stack had a mishandle. Chloe Cavallo picked it up. She has her 4th of the night. Two and change left to go. And that's the first goal scored in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, wow, it is.
We started this quarter at 8-3. It's only 9-3 after 13 minutes of play. And a lot of that was exactly what you were talking about, was Providence's desire to just sort of possess the ball and burn off the clock, looking for that high percentage shot. Also knowing that they carry now a 6-goal lead on the game.
They're sticking with the policy that the best defense is a good offense.
Well, for that, too, and also in one of the things that came up after the fact of that Merrimack game where they won 18-0, and talking with Mary Walsh later after the game, she told us that they had to actually settle back and stop scoring. If they would have kept scoring, it actually hurts them in their ratings for nationals. And the Friars certainly thinking about Virginia Beach and the WCLA Nationals. They've only dropped 1 game on the season. That was the game last night to New Hampshire. A win today, a win against Tufts would put them at 6-1 on the regular season, and certainly find themselves top in the North Division, if not top in the entire Newell, which is the New England Lacrosse League setup. Iannazzo with the save. Carden's going to come up with this one on the clear. Jackie Carden's going to switch sides. Carden back for Walsh. Outlet for Molinari. Molinari is going to take that one from McGuire. No, actually, sorry, that's the 16 of Lizzie Casey. For Breslin. Whistle and zeros on the clock. Hits the end of the 3rd quarter. They got 1 And the entire 15 minutes and added to the lead. It's a 6-goal lead for the Friars, 9-3 after 3. You're watching Women's College Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And board back out in front. A shot and a score into the zone. Right on the post side. Oh, they've got it. The way the opportunity comes back in center of the ice. Open goal and a score.
You know, if they can get the ball into that, when King goes around the horn herself.
There's going to be a shot. Coming out is White. The Falcons nail it. Another shot on goal.
Pacheco to the house. Wow. Got return. Rod Pacheco.
Baker with nobody to cover him. He's got a man in the end zone. It's tipped and
That's first one.
Did he get it? He did.
shot here. Over the head.
With Murphy O'Brien taking the hold. That's right up. Savannah scores.
Another one comes in off the crossbar, straight up in the air. Players down. Goal! Goal!
And this one is a long boot right at the crossbar and a goal. Off right at the net board. So Gosh, goes out and sees it. Gotta go back for Eastman with a nice save. Bassett puts it back up through inside the 20. Zorea with a scissor touchdown. Big boot by Taro right into the center. Headed down, shot, score! Lady. To the opposite side and a score. That one back forward. Another hit from Thibodeau. Comes off and is
Carry on with the pass. Deep. And it's caught.
as he puts it onto the foot of Berardo. Berardo second one back across. There it is. Big boot by Leahy inside the mixer. That would get in it.
Elijah Ocean, he's got separation. He's got space. He's got himself a first down and more. He's in.
9-3 after 3 as we get set for the fourth quarter. Friars with a 6-goal advantage, 29, 30 shots on goal, 21-9. As we're underway here in the fourth. Providence in the black and gray, WPI in the red and white. For those of you who may just be tuning in as the fourth quarter begins. D'Alessio scoops that one off the turf. And she will hold, and we'll see how long the Friars will hold possession for here. With a 6-goal lead and good defensive play. No need for the Friars to add anything to the board. Ball protection will be important, however. D'Alessio underneath as she took that one from Cavallo. Top for Breslin. Breslin wants to go inside. Dropped back for Casey. Was it Casey over top? Chloe Cavallo almost had a thought of her 5th goal of the game. Cavallo had a double hat trick in that 18-0 game against Merrimack. Breslin. That one popped off the edge of D'Alessio's stick. Still loose ball. Finally picked up by WPI, and it'll be carried out by the number 2 of Van Davis. Davis gets that forward for Parker. Run at Parker, and she's run into by both Molinari and Carden. Held for Petty. Across back to Davis. Davis shot got through the legs of Iannazo and a goal. Well, WPI plots one onto the board. Their first since the second quarter of the game.
There's definitely still time left in this game for WPI to go on a little run.
They trail by 5. At 9-4. If Providence can get a good possession opportunity on the run, it will be very hard for WPI to come back. But instead, it's going to be WPI getting the ball there. And Ann Davis got sandwiched in the middle. Did she start too quickly? Was Megan Bremer. She did. They're going to say false start, and it's going to be WPI ball. So Engineers trailing by 5. WPI cycling this one underneath in the corner, coming back out here for Bushway. Got in. Iannazo thought she had it trapped. It's sitting right on the line. They're going to say no goal. They're going to call the foul before the goal, so Bushway is going to go back to the spot. Bushway got it that time. And here comes the problem for the Friars. 2 goals by WPI to start the fourth quarter. And with 9.5 left to go, the lead all of a sudden has shrunk to 4. And the Friars have to be careful here. Lacrosse is one of those games where all of a sudden it can go the other way. Here goes WPI again. Jillian Doyle. Doyle will back out of that one. For Parker. Drops it off in the corner for Abby Stack. Back up top again for Doyle. Back to Stack again on the baseline. Stack's going to wrap around the backside of the cage. Abby Stack still holding on to it. WPI looking for that high percentage shot, but also the clock still is ticking away. Jordan Wynn Trying to cut underneath, losing the ball for a second was Parker. Parker from behind. Molinari hard on Parker. Parker tries to shoot that one across. Bounced off of the edge of Carden's stick and picked back up by Garrity. Shot inside, save made by Iannazzo. Mary Walsh. Walsh checked from behind. No card coming out of the referee's pocket as Garrity cross-checked Walsh. Cross to Carden. Carden outlet pass on the opposite side. Held and then dumped to D'Alessio. D'Alessio looks for the wraparound, can't find a lane to cut off of Ryan Delane. Delane holds. Ryan Delane now cuts back, lost possession of it, regains it. 6.5 left to go here in regulation. Friars holding on to a 4-goal lead. D'Alessio, Fedankovez. Fedankovez works inside. Fedankovez shot, scores! Sidney Fedankovez! So Fedankovez gets the first of the fourth quarter for the Friars. They stretch the lead back to 5. 10-5 with 5:40 left to go.
Providence knew exactly what they were doing there. Have a nice long possession and wait for the high percentage shot. If they get the ball back, I'd imagine they just do the same thing again.
Sidney McGuire goes to the spot. Or Shannon McGuire, my apologies. McGuire has to work hard for that one. Still going for it. McGuire's got it. McGuire is going to head right in herself. Rolls off of the WPI defense, and she'll hold that one. McGuire still working with the ball. Crosses off for Delane. Delane holding. Found a lane right in the center. Ryan Delane. Shot. Score. Ryan Delane.
That's how to read the defense.
It's back to a 6-goal lead at 11-5 with 4 left to go. So 2 by WPI, 2 by the Friars, puts us back at 6 apart. And the clock in the favor of the Friars right now. McGuire, another face-off win. And the Friars, if they can set up a good umbrella, can basically walk this one out. McGuire dumps that back for Breslin. Delane. Fedankovez. Friars are trying to stretch the play. Need to get someone out in the corner. D'Alessio shading out there. Cavallo needs to get out to the other corner. Fedenkovez is going to go inside. Shot. Rebound. Fedenkovez score. Well, it's half a case now for the Friars at 12-5. And with 2 and change left to go, now this lead might be insurmountable for the Engineers. Coming close to the 2-minute clock stoppage. Gray Rom. Shannon McGuire. McGuire's got wide open space. McGuire shot save. Loose ball. Picked up by Gannon. Inside of 2. Gannon's got to try to find a way to clear. She can't. It's going to go wide. If Molinari's in front, Molinari's going to get there. And it went off of her stick as she tried to scoop. So WPI will pick that one up. Last 90 seconds to go. Friars are going to pick up their 5th win of the season. They'll go to 5-1 with 1 game left to play. That's Sunday, 3 p.m. against Tufts. You can catch that game right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Go to www.fansonlysports. It's fansonlysportz.com. If you bought your college access pass, you are good for Sunday's game. Just select it from inside of the Providence College playlist after you enter your access code in from the page. Breslin. In the final 40 seconds, Breslin underneath. Breslin shot score. Caroline Breslin, the freshman attacker, gets a goal. It's lucky number 13 for the Friars. And I'll stop the clock with 37 seconds left. I think this game's done.
Yeah, that should be it for the night.
Shannon McGuire will go back to the dot against Gray Rom. 35 seconds showing on the clock.
You never know, though. We've seen a few last-second goals that don't really mean a whole lot.
Yeah, you're not going to add 7 to the board,
Yeah.
I think, you know. Should see this one to the finish line here. Petty. Trying to go here for WPI in the final 20. Bashika. Bashika got one! It snuck through Iannazo's leg. There you go, Jack.
There it is.
Snuck one through Rachel Iannazo's legs with 6 seconds left to go.
6 seconds left. I'd like to think that's it.
So McGuire and Rom will go back to the dot again. This one's going to go up in the air, and then that should be it. Does go up. McGuire pulls it down. She's going to just run with it for a moment. The horn's going to sound, and that'll be it. Friars, a dominant performance. 13-6. Over WPI, they go to 5-1 on the season with 1 more game to go. Sunday afternoon right here at Lennon Field against Tufts, 3 p.m. face-off time. And then they'll wait to see how everything shakes out in the WCLA playoffs. They should, without question, be number 1 seed in their division. That should put them pretty high up for the Newell playoffs. We'll see how that shakes out. If there's a home game related to that, we'll definitely have it for you here on Fans Only Sports Network. Well, that'll do it for us this evening from Lennon Field here at Providence College. For Jack Ogilvy, I'm Matt Jolis. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday for more women's college lacrosse action on Fans Only Sports Network. Good night.
Cut back the other way to the 5. Did he get in? Lynch sets back. Powers through. First down and then some. He's going to go all the way down 20. 10 to the races. Touchdown. And Borth back out in front. A shot and a score into the zone. Right on the post side. And they got it.